Got him running scared on a big bad wolf. Oh, I never see the silver lining, only see the gold. I don't speak in caps, dog, everything bold. And I put that on myself cause it's a life that I done chose. I said come through, you can see me on the west side. Now it's funny how they walking with their chest tied. Oh, I heard him talking numbers but he just lied. Thought I told him that's the shit that I can't let slide. You gon' make me say it again. Do this shit for my family, I seen them do it for trends. I done told too many girls that we better as friends. I done told too many men we can't make no amends, and that's facts. Got him running scared on a big
Kia ora, Michael Manawatu. I put him in rugby league when he was a little, as young as he could, mainly because I loved the sport and I thought it'd be good for him. And at first he hated it, and well, he didn't hate it, he enjoyed it, but I think he was confused, you know, didn't know the rules and all that sort of stuff. And but ever since then he's just played every year, and now he loves it. The best part about it is because he's always training or always doing sport. He's not out drinking or doing anything stupid, you know. He's real focused. He's not worried about like what his relationship status is like or what people are like on social media. He's a real focused person, and I think the best thing about him is that he's an amazing human being. I think that's the best part about the journey. It's just made him, it was being with him every day, training with him every day, taking him to trainings, training him at the park, bringing him to the gym. I get to spend pretty much every minute with him that I'm free, and that creates a different kind of bond, I think, between a parent and a kid when you're with them all the time, more than any friends, or you know. And it also has its negative effects on your other kids because you're always with that one kid and they feel a bit jealous and all that sort of stuff sometimes. But you try and make sure that they know that it's not that you love them more, that you try and make sure that they know that it's only because they're doing the training, and if they were doing the same thing you'd be there for them just the same. But that's been the best part of the journey, is watching him grow to be just an amazing person. I think that's my favourite thing about it. No matter how hard he works, and he does work real hard, harder than anyone else. I've watched every single game except for like 3 since he was 5, and there's no one that works harder than him. And anyone will tell you that's seen him play knows that he's the worker. You know, he does makes 40 tackles a game. Like, he does everything he can. His comms are just as good as anyone's. Yeah, it's just been watching him develop from a little boy to an actual man has been the best part of the journey. If you want it, chase it. If you're willing to work for it, you'll get it. And you only quit, or you only lose when you quit. Like, if you can't lose if you don't stop, you know. And like, set your goals if you really want it. Actually, that's one thing for the kids. If you really want it, you have to know what it means to actually really want it. Like, because it's not, I'll just go train today and then I'll skip tomorrow. It has to be your everything, and it doesn't matter what it is. It can be any kind of dream that you have. Doesn't matter what it is, you've got to chase it. And if you really want it bad enough, you'll do everything in your being to do it. My message for parents would be that your kids can do anything that you believe in. Like, if you believe in them to do whatever it is, then you gotta support that, no matter how hard it gets, because it does get hard. Like, when you get up in the morning, you go to work, you finish work, and the first thing you got to do is race to get your kid to make sure he turns up to training, and then you got to wait there, take him from training, get home, then you got to cook dinner, and then it's just rinse and repeat. You do it the next day and the next day and the next day, and it gets pretty hard, but you got to do whatever it takes. If you believe in them, if you really believe in them, you'll do whatever it takes. And yeah, I believe in my boy, and I'll do whatever he needs to be successful. You got to let them give up too if they don't want it. You know, some people don't realise what they want. You know, they think they do, and then they work their ass off, and they just don't know. And and if they quit, well then they quit. You just got to let them know that you're there for them, you know. And all kids, like especially, like it doesn't matter, any kid, they just want to know that someone loves them unconditionally. That's all they care about, in my opinion. Like I don't know all the answers, but in my opinion, that's all they care about. And if you're there, oh, actually, another thing for parents is keep them away from the distractions, like other distractions, like other kids and all that don't have a positive role model or something like that. It's not that kid's fault. Like, not saying that those kids are at fault. It's got nothing to do with them. We're all subject to what we've been taught, and you can only do what you've been taught. If you haven't learned other things, then you wouldn't know, you know. And I know from what it's like to not have support and be told that you're useless, you're going to go to jail and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't believe that at all, but that's what I was told constantly. And I feel like if someone had supported me like I support my son, or had been there for me and told me they gave a shit about me, I probably would have made my dream, you know. But I've had to work it out the hard way, and I live that mentality of, as long as you don't quit, you'll get it at the end. Like, and I've proved it. Like I'm a registered electrician, something I thought I'd never do. I left school at 14. You know, I never thought that I could do anything like that, and I believe I'm pretty good at my job. Others might disagree, but I believe I am. I try to work really hard, and even though I'm registered as an electrician, my journey's not finished for that. Like, I don't want to be just another electrician. I want to be one of the best, you know. I want to be the guy that people say, oh, you want that guy.
Kia ora, my name is Porourangi Manawatu. I'm the number 2 athlete of Māori Motivation, and the sport that I play is rugby league. Like, when I was like 5, my dad kind of put me in the sport. I wasn't a big fan of it at the start, but as the years went on, I was kind of like enjoying it even more and more. And now that I've grown up, I've just, the love for the sport is all the way there. A lot of the challenges is being overweight, how like I was quite big as a little boy, and that was one of my main challenges, just getting out of that and like kind of slimming down. And the fitness was real big. I wasn't really fit at that time, and just learning the skill from not knowing anything to what I know now. My dad has been my number 1 coach ever since I was really young. He's been a big influence in my journey and to why I've made it so as far as I have. So I just got to thank him for all of what he's done. One of my heroes now is Pat Carrigan. Pat Carrigan is just because his work ethic is amazing, and that's just what I aspire to be, just as great as him, and a few others in the sport like Cameron Murray, all those hard workers. My ideal goal is to make the NRL, but not just to make it. There's kind of like 2 things to my goal. One is to make it, but then the second part to my goal is to be an immortal. So like, if I were to retire, people will still know my name. But my goal for this year is to just play as hard as I can and hopefully get scouted for next year to make the Harold Matthews. Strive for your goals. Who cares what other people say? There's always going to be doubters, but as long as you believe in yourself and the ability to do it, you can always do it.
Way I'm moving, I don't see him in a way they talking, I'm not hearing what they say. Got some bands, then I buy myself a place. They get a couple and they blow it in a day, but I ain't built like that. They done said my time is up, but it still ain't past.